we're in the healing waters for Mercury retrograde. We need to take the time to slow things down and heal. I was listening to Emmy Rossum's song about slow down, and it talks about rushing around in all the chaos and just needs to slow down and breathe and remember to get time to sleep and remember to just be. And that is a challenge right now because there's a lot of angsty feeling. It's not even, I think, anxiety. It's just angstiness. It's kind of like that. So we need to make our choices carefully going forward. The sun is on here. There's illumination on here. We're aware of lots of things going on, but the world is setting up. It's like, you know, when it feels like all the planets line up, that's literally what's going on. All the planets are lining up to help usher us into a new way of doing, a new way of being. And it's a little bit of a trick. We need to slow things down. We need to honor the gifts that are there. And there's particularly something coming in about being very, very present. So really pulling it back and slowing it down and being very, very present is huge for us right now. So that's what I've got kind of as the collective for right now. And it probably is through like mid-December this way, but particularly this week, let's remember this, to slow down and be present. Okay, Sarah, you sent for a full, and I'm going to look. I'm not seeing your question yet. I'm seeing your payment came through. Sometimes the different apps will let the question come through or not. So just give me a second. Let me see if the question came through on here. I set this up differently and it's, come on. Okay. It's thinking. So I'll have you retype it if I need to, but it doesn't look like I'm going to need to. Let's see what we got. Well, it just says full. So, Sarah, if you have a question, let me know. But if not, then we'll go just to a full reading, just a general real. Okay, gotcha. Let me get some water and we'll go in. Yeah, we're going to use the Calandra Tarot for you. Or Calendra. It's very beautiful. We're going to go into it. I love this one. It's one of my newer ones in the collection. I only have two. I don't have a third, but we're going in full. And then if we need to clarify, we'll go to something that's more like a traditional rider. So for Sarah. I'm not getting to do the... One second. We're doing the Emperor's Throne spread. I'm not getting to do the regular, so I'm going to flip this down so you can see what's going on. And I'm going to record it. Let me see if the recording is going. Hang on. Okay, so I'm flipping this down so you can see. All right, we're going to go this way, and it feels like we're going this way, and then a miniature. So we're going to go to the bowl of the chair. Imagine like a big U, like this kind of thing, a U shape, and then underneath it, a smaller type of U, holding that chair. It's the Emperor's Throne spread. That's what we're doing. I don't know why it needs to be that, but that's what's going on. For Sarah, where have you been? I'm getting, where's your head, Catherine, coming in too? Where has your mind been? It feels like your mind has been all over the place. Yeah, where is your head, Catherine? That's a Katie Lang song, I think. I don't know if that's the title of the song, but where's your head, Catherine? Where is your head? Yeah, where has your mind been? You've been too in your head a little bit, too over the thinking part of things, overthinking. Okay, so hopefully you can see this is the bigger part, this is the smaller. We're going to start with the bigger part first. We've got the Lovers going to the Three of Swords. Oh, yipes. Yipes. So this is saying something about relationships, soul contracts, and learning the lesson of betrayal or learning the lesson of heartache. It's 1111 coming in right now, and those cards coming in. Sometimes the lessons we get in love are pretty painful, and they aren't always easy to, I got the word endure, but to experience. There's something about an endurance test that feels like something in a relationship has been tricky, very painful, very difficult. Somebody feeling on the outside here, somebody feeling like poor little match girl when they really should be honoring their magic. There's something in here that is almost like when the sabotage kicks in for like the Seven of Swords and you need to cover your ass and you've been learning that you need to do this, but you haven't done it. You're overgiving in some regard and it's not helping you. Your magic has been a little bit diminished by the presence of somebody else. I don't know what you're trying to do or how come you're accommodating so much this other person's energy. But this other person's energy in relationship, typically we see this and we think romance. It could be somebody else that's a close relationship, but there's a contracted lesson going on. Soul contract lesson. And there is a extension, expansion, a biggerness of self that seems to have been tucked. Needs to be allowed to be bigger again. You can't keep thinking one is as good as the other. You can't keep accommodating. The Queen of Wands is here in the house. She needs to be honored more. That's what's getting this. It feels like the bowl of the seat is wobbly. You know, when you're in a wobbly chair, or you're at a restaurant and the table is wobbly, there's something a little wobbly here, and it's not serving. The Hangman and Justice. This is slow down, change your perspective, do a 180 on how you've been looking at things. It's important for you right now. And then here, Justice. There is something karmic in this lesson here. There's something where you're supposed to learn about cause and effect, consequence, and how things go a little bit forward with higher regard for self is what's coming through. Now let's see what's going on below the surface. Seven of Pentacles, evaluating something, really looking closely, taking your time to look at it. There's some disappointment here. You've planted and you have fruits of labor coming in, and some of it's been really good. And all the work that you've put in, it's coming up, it's coming up, it's coming up. There's some disappointment. It's like something that needs to be adjusted in your communication style, and you will be probably misunderstood during this time frame. Mercury retrograde, if nothing else, teaches us how to communicate a little bit differently, a little bit more clearly. And it feels like that you have been misunderstood, and you're carrying something forward of value, something truthful. You're trying to do what is your purpose. You're trying to be on your task, but you're going slowly forward. There's a little bit of a level of an impatience coming through. What's that impatience about? So Gogs is in the house, and Gogs is showing me the chop wood, chop wood, chop wood, and you're sick of chopping wood, chopping wood, chopping wood, chopping wood. If you were to have the Eight of Pentacles, you're doing something over to the point of repetition, to the point of mastery, intern to mastery on this. You've got the Seven, and there's a little bit of impatience, but you're getting the assignment to chop wood, chop wood, chop wood. Keep doing what you're supposed to be doing in a slow, methodical manner, and allow your mind to shift gears in a more natural way. If you can't find them, grind them, yeah. If you've ever tried to drive stick shift and the clutch isn't in all the way, and you're like, "Argh," and the car goes nowhere, right? It's like, that's if you can't find them, grind them. You're pushing too hard, but the clutch isn't fully engaged. That's the best metaphor I think I can give you. You need to push the clutch all the way in order to shift the gear. So you need to be all the way into your own body, into your own presence, into your own beingness, very, very grounded before you try and shift gears. And then allow the new perspective to drop in. Now the Sun's here. There's this big offering of love and emotional growth, and also completion and moving forward going on. Now I want to see a little bit more on this, and I want from this deck, I want below right here, and then we'll go to the other deck and get one above. Yeah, new offering here. You've got the seed and the water to fertilize the seed. So this is stuff that's coming through. This is the ability to have emotional growth about the tangible things important for you right now. The tangible gifts and offering don't come without the emotion. They will be connected. It has to be connected. It has to be. Now what else? The Hierophant. There's something that's a traditional old lesson, and this is also like the bouncer at the club, or this is somebody giving you the VIP pass. This is somebody saying, okay, you're welcome here, come on in, you're ready to learn these new lessons. It's the acolytes getting the keys to the kingdom, the keys to new learning, new knowledge, with the world coming here. It sometimes will come in as a new job or new opportunity, where in the beginning, you had the Lovers and you had the broken heart here. So you had that going up. Whatever this is that you had the old way of doing, it is ready to shift. The time to shift is now. Be mindful, again, I'm getting about your communication, because you may be ready to shift and be like, blah, 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 saying what's going on, but the person may not be very good at hearing or listening. Those are two different things. That you can hear what's said, but you have to listen with your ears and your heart to really understand something. So that's what's going on. Great metaphor, and endured made sense. Good to know. Good to know. Anything else she needs to know? There is a spiritual lesson coming in for you right now. I'm going to go straight up to the Fate Shifters Tarot. What is the spiritual lesson she needs to focus on? Focus on this for the next week, really big. In the next week, this spiritual lesson is, it's like an intense reminder curriculum that I'm getting here. Juggling and strength. Knowing that you have enough and you have to develop some core strength. This is sometimes when you feel like you don't have enough. You don't have enough. And robbing Peter to pay Paul, or is it gas or groceries I need to invest in? And it's like, how do you get the balance? And it's striking the balance that's important for you right now. Anything else? Yeah, there is a just lesson coming. It's going to take some time. This is the intro to the curriculum. Balance first, balance first, balance first. You have the strength. You have the ability to adapt to something. And then this one comes in for me often as a 3-month card. So this might be the initial lesson, and then 3 months going down the road. That's how it goes. Even bigger. That's what's coming in. The lesson with these coming in, the emotion and what needs must, or the 3D lesson. Yes. Anything else? Chop wood, I'm getting. So chop wood, chop wood, chop wood. If you're going to try and have wood to last through the winter, like when I was a kid, we had a wood burning stove downstairs. So we would go get wood. My dad would chop down the wood, and then we'd all load it down the chute so it could be for the winter fires, right? And it would help keep the house warm. But the work has to be done. It's boring, it's monotonous, it's boring, it's monotonous, but it has to be done until it comes second nature. And when you are doing those things, whether it's the dishes or you're washing your hair in the shower or whatever, you're doing those monotonous tasks. If you're present in that moment and don't be trying to think too hard, then your brain will allow things to come through for you. You can feel that there's a lesson here. Just wasn't sure what, but this is making sense. Yeah, it's a lesson in balance. It's a lesson in doing the mundane and allowing things to come through and not overthink it. Don't try and push it too hard. Allow it to come through. This is asking you most politely to get out of your own way. So allow the lesson to come through. You don't have to force it through. It will come through when we try not to force it. If you're trying to force that square peg in the round hole, it never works, right? So allow it to flow through. Be in the flow that is your flow. Whatever is your flow is the right flow for you to be in. You don't have to be somebody else's version. That's what I got. You're welcome, honey. You're welcome. Okay, let me get a little bit of water, and we will keep rocking and rolling and keep going with this. So let me get some water. Okay, and I think that is recorded for you, Sarah, so that will be up on the other platform. So, yeah, you know, full love. Okay. All right, we're going right on in. Oh, my goodness. Start here. We've got 3 of these. This is the Wild Reflections. It is very reminiscent of the Light Seers Tarot. Even though it looks different, it still has that kind of flavor and feel to it. To Yumna, full for love. Let's see what's going on for love. Okay, we're going to see. I'm getting hits on things, and I want to see it in the cards too first before I go off on a tangent. Give it one more shuffle. Okay. We're doing the tilde spread, and it's kind of like this. It looks like a tilde. It looks like an S on its side almost. For Yumna, for the love read. One more. Okay, scooch this to the side. Sorry, guys. I need more space here. It's different whenever I rearrange my desk setup. Sometimes it's like I have to get used to how it's set. Okay, so the tilde spread, it goes like this. So I'm going to move this phone down so you can see. This is how it's going all the way and then up through here. So if I can make this a little more compact for you to see, I will. All right, we're starting here with the 5 of Pentacles. Now this is sometimes to do with being separated, feeling out in the cold. And the thing that I got before I started the read was more of that energy of learning of love when you're young, learning of love and remembering how that was. Like when you're a child and good things happen, maybe you're with your friends, you're playing and laughing and giggling at nothing and looking at the sky, and it's so much fun. That's an experience of love and of friendship, and it's delightful. When you're learning of love and you're having these moments where there's magic in the air, there's the childhood magic in the sweetest sense, that's what's going on. This is coming through that flavor of the good kind of nostalgia, not the rose-colored glasses, but the good kind, the moments that were good. And a lot of us have had childhoods that have mixed. Like nobody has just straight, easy-peasy childhood. Some of us have really tricky, challenging childhoods with just intermittent sprinkles of good. Some of us have more sprinkles of good and intermittent mixes of difficulty. To each their own curriculum, but this is to remind you of you're not so separated, you're not so isolated, you're not out in the cold, but the sense of value and this feeling of being out in the cold and left out in some way is coming through, and you're to remember and to be reminded of learning those lessons of love. The experience of love is important. This moon for a while, it's deceptive. It's showing you something that is not an accurate reflection, and this is the inaccuracy. You're not out in the cold just because you're going a different way, or just because you choose to go your own path on purpose. It doesn't mean that you're lesser. It doesn't mean that the love experience that you want to have isn't there for you. Now, usually when people are asking about love and love readings, they're asking about like romance and relationship. So let's see where this goes. But this is what came through at the beginning, was important to address and important to remember. The sense of value, the choice to separate, the choice to move forward beyond something for your own best interest is good. And the deception about feeling like not enoughness needs to be let go of. The High Priestess is in the house. Wow. These two coming in together. There are definitely hidden mysteries coming in that need to be unfolding in a way that takes time. It takes better perception. It takes a higher, finer tuned in setting. How do you put dial it in more specifically? If you're in the car dialing in the radio, you can't just get close to the station. You need to be like right on that frequency to get the message. And this is what it feels like. You need to dial it in precisely. The wisdom that wants to come through, the learning the knowledge of love, the learning the knowledge of truth. There is secrets and hidden things that are disruptive to you. Now the Three of Cups comes in. What you should be is celebrated. What you should be is somebody raising a glass to you, lifting you up, celebrating you, right? But what's coming through is feeling like this taken for granted energy, that you're being tolerated. Nobody's lifting a glass, it feels like, to you right now. And this is where the first things first is we have to celebrate ourselves. This is more than just self-acceptance and self-love. It's self-celebration. Understanding this is a lesson that, as something I think that for the most part you've got mastered, but every once in a while it creeps up on you and kind of bites you a little bit. Now the Magician's in the house. You can't force a thing, but you can bring out the magic. If the Magician felt upside down, it would feel like manipulation. That's why I say you can't force the thing. This one is the one that actually feels upside down, and this one feels right side up. So I'm going to put it as such. I'll read the energies pretty much, most times I'll read them upright because I've got so many cards that I don't put all of my cards upright every time. But if the energy feels reversed, I'll let you know. And this one felt reversed. This one feels like you know how to create the magic. You know how to use all the elements. You know how to manifest and bring things forward. Don't call forward something that feels forced in any way. Rather, allow the magic and the love of self and the celebration of self to be the leading lesson going forward. That's what's going to resonate. That's what's going to be like sun for you. That's how you have what it is that you want to manifest called forward in the biggest way possible. The Sun is here, happiest card in the decks. This is the preliminary work that you do. And now when we look at the spread, and it goes like this. This is the beginning of the curve, and then this side over here is the other part of the curve. I'm going to scooch this and scooch this so you can see how it's coming, because what's coming up is pretty interesting over here. What's coming up over here beyond the Sun is the Knight of Cups. This is the one that quests for the Grail, and often I tell people you need to ride the hero horse for yourself. You kind of got that lesson already. You already got that message. Somebody coming in, somebody entering in, and then here we have the Hierophant. The High Priestess is over here. The Hierophant's over here. Now, the Hierophant is the one that allows access, and this is where you're feeling left out. And this one says, you're welcome. You're welcome here. It's drawing in that right kind of energy about love relationships that's important. So when you're doing the celebrating of self and the valuing of self and not being taken for granted and not allowing yourself to be in circumstances where your presence isn't valued. If you're feeling that taken for granted energy, go do something else. Let those people miss you. Let those people not have your presence. Have your presence be where it matters most. Ride the horse for yourself. And this feels like somebody else entering in. We're going to get clarifiers on that. Knight of Cups, clarifier. Because this does feel like another person entering the scene, or the representative of other coming along after this swoop. What is this? There's a week coming in. This feels like December 15th through the 22nd. That's something coming in on that particular week. Not sure what that's about. It feels like before Christmas, after Thanksgiving, and it feels like after the middle of December, after the 15th, before the 22nd. And here comes Knight of Swords, Queen of Swords. Wow. You've been calling forward, and not suffering any fools. No more suffering nonsense fools or idiots. And then here comes the Knight of Swords. Now, it could indicate that somebody is a little bit younger or less experienced in relationships than you. This one is sometimes a little bit reckless, but he carries the sword of truth. What I'm getting is you're calling forward something in relationship, and you're a little bit more experienced in relationships that are of a serious nature than this person. You're more experienced in dealing with relationships of a serious nature. This Knight comes in to clarify this Knight. So it's definitely feeling like somebody, it could be that they are literally chronologically a little bit younger than you, but it feels like they're younger relationship-wise. And here she is. She's called it forward, called it forward. There's something that is a pulse call. What is this? The pulse and the beat of the heart that calls something the way that the song of the heart calls forward. It has to be the true song of the heart that you're singing in order to call this forward. There has to be authenticity and truth. This is why the celebration of you has to be there. Not the tolerated and being tolerated. Get out of that taken for granted energy, wherever that is. And go to where it is that you're celebrated. Go to the place where you feel good about what you're doing. It means putting yourself as first priority. Huge important for you. Learning how to do that, huge important for you. Then you're accessing the lessons here. Hierophant lessons. Okay. What else we got? We have the 8 of Wands and the Knight of Pentacles. Okay. All right. Very interesting. I'm going to show you these cards. We've got the 8 of Wands, the Knight of Pentacles. On the uptick, right? You went down and then you come back up with this. 8 of Wands is usually a card for 2 months, 8 weeks for me. But we already got the time frame coming in. But just know what I'm telling you regarding the 15th to the 22nd is the start point of that. So that's, I'm sure it's not a month away, but it feels like it's almost a month away. So give that a little bit of room, a little bit of leeway, one side or the other, as far as that start point. But that's what it feels like to me. It's going to feel like there's speed kicking in. Acceleration, momentum. Have your ducks, your personal ducks in a row. This is important for you, love-wise. And then here we have the Knight of Pentacles. And this is the one that will go to the ends of the earth. Go as the Queen's emissary. You want someone who honors you. You don't need Peter Pan. You don't need a man-child or somebody, a boy trying to be a man. No, you need somebody that actually is ready. Relationship-wise, ready for this. What else is going on? Wow. Yeah, the World. This is the new start coming through. Now, there's something interesting coming through here. We got a little bit of the timestamp that I told you, the 15th to the 22nd of December, and I would look through those same dates, 15th or 22nd in January also. This is something about the 2-month period. There's something about an acceleration of time and then starting something anew, starting something afresh. Let's see what else is going on. This is when you get your wish, the 9 of Cups coming in. So be clear in what it is you want for yourself. Start taking care of those wants and desires for yourself and allow love to come in and meet you at the same level instead of expecting somebody else to come in and take care of all the other things for you. We can go for a few final messages. Third deck. This is the big one, third deck. I want to know what strikes through the center of the tilde, and I want 6 cards. So what we're going to do is 2 lines down the center of the curve. You know how it goes like this? Then 2 lines down the center. So this is how we're doing. 1 second. Ooh, that was kind of a grumpy shuffle. Let's try one more. And it's because I had to modify these ones to tell them apart. We're going to do one more shuffle. That's just not a good enough shuffle for me. I'll try it the other way. Better. Way better. Wow. Okay. Okay. All right. This is what we're seeing. This is getting to the nosy, nitty-gritty details, okay? We have the Page of Wands coming in. So you have a page coming in, but mostly Knights. Page of Wands. This is somebody that's still doing their thing. Whatever this other person's lesson is, the chopwood lesson is right here for that person. They are learning to do the same thing over and over. They are learning to do something that is a repetitive thing and to get their skill level up in the very much like the 8 of Coins energy. But this is the Page of Wands. They're going to be excited about their messaging in a little while. And this is coming up. There is a lag. There is a period of time that is the lag. Allow for it to be so. High Priestess coming in the center. This is duplicate. This is the universe really trying to say, pay attention. Pay attention. High Priestess lesson. It takes a little bit to uncover. It feels like from now until about mid-December, you're just kind of peeling the excess layers, the outer layers of something and letting go of an old lesson from the past is what it feels like. Now here, beautiful, beautiful energy. The Hangman right here. This is when we have a lesson that needs to be turned on its head. This is when something turns a complete 180. This is a beautiful, beautiful thing. The lesson and the way you saw things is going to shift for you. And the one that came in the most reversed was this one. And remember this, be celebrated, not tolerated. Start doing this for self. That's when you create the turn. Now, as far as other coming in this way. Okay, all right. We're seeing the Temperance card. Now, this is beautiful, beautiful, beautiful energy. This is the water bearer. This is the one that alchemizes. This is the one that transmutes. Okay? So when you're transmuting energy and you're shifting the energy, it's not just quick, quick, quick. I've compared this to making salad dressing with vinegar and oil versus making like the Hidden Valley Ranch that has all the spices and everything. It takes a little bit of time to get the flow going. You've got this that needs turned upside down with the Three of Cups. You've got the Hanged Man that you need to see something upside down. And then this person is also doing a shift, shift, shake, shake coming forward. They're looking for somebody that's got the independence going on, somebody that's got their own garden already well established, not somebody that's relying on them. They aren't looking for somebody that's needy, needy, needy. They are looking for somebody that's got their own shit happening. That's what they're looking for, and that's what they're going to see you as. If you are honoring self, celebrating self, taking care of self, pouring constantly into self, then things are going to be nourished and flourishing, and that's what's going to be necessary going forward. Queen of Cups, this healing has happened now. So the way you look back on the past has shifted, and you understand how to dream again for the future, for something more, something new. This is the most psychic of the queens. She's the one that's going to understand what the gentle nudge is and honor it. This is what's going to be noticed about you. This is what's coming forward for you. Anything else? The lesson is celebrate the self, and it's as big as possible, celebrate the self. This is a huge thing for you. When you celebrate and honor yourself first, you've taken care of a really foundational basic, and then that draws in everything else, and that's when love starts moving in quicker and quicker and quicker. Anything else about this other? One more card about the other. Queen of Wands. He definitely wants somebody that's got her mojo. Now look at her. She is confident, she is strong, and she draws into her. She doesn't chase, right? We've seen and heard about that. She draws towards her because she's happy and content and confident in what she's doing. This is what's coming through. This is who this other half of the equation is looking for you to be in that energy, and this is the energy that you actually long to inhabit for yourself because it's not dependent on something external of you. That's what's coming through. The High Priestess coming through, giving this wisdom and revealing this mystery to you. That's what's coming through. All right, that's complete. Yeah, that's what I got. That's gorgeous energy. Is a lot of profound spiritual work whenever you're feeling this Three of Cups that needs flipped. It's not always easy because you might be one that serves others quite easily, but then puts yourself sometimes last or low on the totem pole, and you haven't prioritized this. So that's what I got. Oh, is the person Sven? Don't know. You guys will know sometimes better than I on some of this, so you guys might know better than I on that one. I didn't look specifically for that. I looked for what you asked for in the general. You'll know better than I. Give yourself a week before you assign any one person anything, because it's not about the external at all. This specific spread and this read came through very, very strongly to celebrate yourself, and don't put it all in somebody else's purview, authority. The ball isn't in their court. The ball is in your court, okay? You need to be honoring that. And when you honor that, it's way easier to have things go fluidly for relationships in any form. So yeah, it doesn't come through specifically as that. If it came through specifically as that, I would tell you, but it feels like it's about you, not so much about them in the love relationship. And it feels like just a little bit of a tweak. It's a twicky tweak. It is, but that's what it feels like. Okay, let me get some water. All right. Woohoo! Okay, guys, this is what we're doing today. If you're new in the room, this is what's going on. There's $20 blind, $30 year ahead. There's the mini and the full, and we just saw the fulls. And then there's also the specialty reads where there's the bones, the crystal ball, and the past lives. So those are really great. A twicky tweet, yeah. There's so many twicky things. There's lots of twicky things going on. But here we go, and this is how you can pay me. The info is in the bio, I think. So that's what we got going on. So yeah, and if you've got some questions that are just micros, then Micros are like 3 cards, and I think I only did one of those, or maybe I can do a couple of those. But the paid list, let Kim know if you've sent a payment, and we'll do a paid reading. That last one definitely was a full, and it was very full. So when you get information coming through, and you get things that are like questions specifically, don't be afraid to ask more specific question if you want to. That's okay to do. And if I can't see it when you've made your payment, I'll let you know, and just I'll wait for you to retype it into here if you want. So that's how that is. So anyway, so that's what's going on. And oh, this is the deck, the little miniature Dreamscapes. I mean, when they said mini, they meant mini. And then this is the bigger Dreamscapes. And the second one I've already done some trimming on, but I thought I would show you guys a little bit of this. It's still in order. And it does kind of lay out like the Eads deck, like the Prisma Visions, Cosmic Visions. It has a little bit of a sense of mural to this deck. And it's kind of an interesting one. So that's this one. I thought I'd show you guys a little bit of this. Hopefully you can see. I should probably flip that way as I'm going. I'm trying to keep this in order. And I'll show you 2 more cards. Then it looks like we got a payment that came through. This is the High Priestess there. Isn't she gorgeous? And see this rounded circle up by my index finger right here? That's kind of throughout. So it'll be interesting to see as that goes. But yeah, so that's what I'll be working on. Those are the most recent in the collection. If you order the mini, you just expect it to be like, you need to have really tiny hands and short fingernails to work with that. So yeah, that's what I got. So that one will be fun. That's what I'll be working on probably between now and the next time that I see you guys. So do I have a favorite deck? Oh my gosh, Michelle. So hard to decide. One of my favorites, one of my all-time favorites is always Dark Mansion. I love that. But to just have one favorite, no. Because I also like some cute ones that surprise me, like the Tarot of the Trash Panda and a few others. So, okay. I saw Shanna's payment came through. I didn't see the question. I just saw full. Let me look and see what else is there. If there's anything else. Okay. Love life is complicated. Can Spirit give you some guidance? Okay, let's take a look. We're going into the Crow Tarot for you. Now, this is interesting. It's got a lot of Crow energy coming through and not a lot of people energy coming through. What's coming up for Shanna? Love life. Advice on the love life for Shanna. We're getting rows of 5, rows of 5. So you're going to get, we're just going into it, rows of 5. You're going to get messages in rows of 5. And we'll just do as many as it needs to be done. First bit of advice regarding complicated love experience for Shanna. Do you know who you are? It's time to remember. The Hierophant is here. You've had the access. You come approaching as if you are the Queen of Cups and the Queen of Swords, but you're carrying a burden that's somebody else's and it's too heavy. It must be set down. And here we see the 5 of Coins. Up a tree or up the creek without the paddle, that kind of energy is coming in. And it's not so much poor little match girl, but it's like you're ill-equipped for something. Okay. What's the next message? We're going to the second deck, and we'll keep going until it's done. The Hierophant says you already have the key to what it is that you need to know. The Queen of Cups and Queen of Swords are such great friends because the Queen of Cups is so emotional, and Queen of Swords is so damn logic. But they work really well together. You may have a friend or somebody that's near you that helps you when you verbalize things or vent or talk something through, that helps you find solutions, and you just kind of need to talk your way through it. So if you have a friend that is like that, Queen of Swords energy, she would be wise to help you through some of the emotion. So you can, instead of having the emotions riled, understand where to put the burden down, understand where to set the burden down, understand what you're carrying that is yours or is not yours. And this is one that would be a good ally for you. I would talk with that friend, I really would, and see if she's got some insight or a way of reminding you. Sometimes we have friends that call us out on our shit sometimes in a really good way, and we know they love us, and we don't take offense because we know they love us. So it's like, not that they have all the answers, but they might have a reminder for you. All right, next 5 regarding this complicated love situation. A new start, a new reward, a new gift is what you're looking for. A new start. Now, this is interesting because it's coming out as a new start, not as a second chance. That's interesting. The new start is where the new reward is. The Queen of Wands. This is getting your mojo back. Understanding your fire. Understanding your confidence and letting people come to you is huge. Then we have here, this is the Seven of Wands. Now the Seven of Wands is tricky. This is having the boundary, holding your ground while straddling two worlds. In the original Rider-Waite, you see the guy 1 foot on one side of the river and 1 foot on the other, and it's like larger than life. It feels like the ask to hold your boundary is bigger than you're capable of, but it's not. Stand true to yourself. Hold your boundary. It's important. You're going to have to let go of something and let it be in the past. You're going to have to pivot. You hold your boundary, but if you allow yourself to grieve the 3 cups that are spilled, then allow yourself to pivot towards the 2 cups that are essential. Not just the ones that remain, but the ones that are essential for you to have. That's what's going to lead you to your happiness regarding love. Now we're going back to these. Wow. What is it with all these crows anyway? Where is the house of birds or birdhouse? And where is the ark? I'm getting the ark. I'm getting the house of birds and the birdhouse that's coming in. Getting birdhouse, birdhouse, birdhouse. Mo is giving me the post-it note that says birdhouse, birdhouse, birdhouse. Now when Mo comes in, and she's my guide that uses always the post-it notes, she's putting it in the way of birdhouse, not house of birds, but birdhouse, birdhouse, birdhouse. I don't know what that means, but that's what's coming through. What else is going on? It's very weird. We're in the crow deck, but that's coming in very much. It's like birdhouse. When I get house of birds, I see a lot of birds on one house, or on the roof of one house, or near this ark near one house. And also birdhouse, meaning the one where like you'd have the birds come and eat and feed the birds. There's something that is forgotten that needs recalled. There's a tenderness that needs remembered. Okay, what else regarding this complicated love situation? There can be a tenderness without a compromise of self, and that's important for you to know. Oh, wow. Okay. There needs to be a compromise without a compromise of self, a tenderness without a compromise of self. What we're seeing is the Empress. She knows her value. She knows her worth. She knows what she needs. If she wants to have the pickles like the pregnant woman wants, whatever she's craving, she's going to get it. She's going to get it and not compromise self. Now, we had the holding boundaries before. This is even more so. It is what you need is what you need. Do not settle for less. Don't settle. Don't play small. Don't settle for less. High Priestess is trying to give you a huge portion of wisdom here and let you know to honor something. Let you know to follow the nudge. If something feels sketch, it's sketch. If something feels right, feels right. Trust your higher self. Knight of Swords is carrying a truth in a big, big way for you. Big way. Then here we have the 8 of Coins. Now this is the one where something comes second nature. This is the where something comes over time, mastery and internship, and doing something over and over and over and over again until it becomes second nature. You're going to have to do some sorting, discerning, shifting out, shifting apart. What I'm getting is just because you know how to do a relationship that's comfortable and familiar doesn't mean it's necessarily the right relationship or the right situationship to be in. Just because it's familiar and known to you, you know how to do something second nature. It doesn't mean that you're in the right space. And this is coming in alignment with this and with the Queen of Swords. This would tell me cut the shit. If somebody is being a fool, if somebody is being foolish, if somebody isn't investing what they need to have a relationship work, don't spend your time investing with them. Now I'm going to show you how this is laying down. I want you to see clearly right here. Here's this 8 of Coins, 5 of Cups, Queen of Swords. The truth is the truth is the truth. Better a hard truth early than a big fat lie that goes on forever and ever and ever. Now here we have the 10 of Swords, and this is saying move on, move on. Something needs to be over. It's done. It's ended. This is like piercings, piercings, piercings. Do not compromise yourself further. You're not the poor little match girl here like in the 5 of Coins, and your happiness is dependent on you pivoting and letting whatever needs to be grieved and done be done. Now we're going to go to another row of 5 and see what's going on. It's a complicated situationship, but the value that you have needs to be where you're understanding your Empress self in a huge way. Huge way. Needs to be understood. Again, House of Birds, birdhouse. I'm getting a second note passed through right now. So Mo is passing this note through. The House of Birds or the birdhouse is something you need to take care of and look at. If you go to Yeah, okay. If you go to Poppins, it would be feed the bird. Honor the small mercies, the tender mercies towards self need to be there. And you haven't done the basics of taking care of self. The woman that fed the birds in that story looked like a homeless person and looked like she wasn't taking care of herself well enough, but was spending the money or getting money to feed the birds and take care of others. You've done plenty of that. It is time for you to take care of self. Okay. Now, okay. Next 5. This feels like the final word. Okay. Wow. This is gorgeous. And the sun pops really powerfully on here. And the butterfly, of course, is visible there. There is transformative energy when you act like the 9 of coins, the woman of independence and luxury, and the woman that is capable of taking care of herself and her garden just fine. The woman that values herself. She has luxury and leisure time to enjoy. Let's see what else is going on. I'm going to flip the phone down again so you can see. And I'll flip this, hopefully, so it can be seen. Okay. Yeah, this is having to happen. This has to happen for you to move forward. It's time to move on from something that has been painful. It's coming in duplicate. And this is something that's moved on. No more of the self-sacrifice or self-betrayal or dying one cut at a time. There's no more of that necessary. You need to hold fast to the singular truth of your value, of your worth, of your authenticity, and of who you are. Huge, huge. It's going to feel difficult. It's going to feel like you're stuck. You are not stuck. You are not limited as much as you think. This is the mind playing a trick on you. This is the 8 of Swords. And the 8 of Swords is very much limiting beliefs. And you aren't as limited as you think. You just have to do something that's uncomfortable and different. Knight of Swords coming in also. This is a duplicate here. This is the corrective behavior is to go forward carrying the truth strongly. Holding that sort of truth really, really strongly in order to move forward. Holding your boundaries strongly. You've got doubles on something being over. Doubles on you need to carry the sword of truth and take motion and take action to move forward. Sword of truth here. You are not powerless in the situation. This understanding here, let's go down this line for you so you can see. I'm going to shift this so you can see just a little. Hopefully you can see. We have the 9 of coins, the Empress. We have the new way here and the access here. What that adds up to, what that is telling me is that basically if you start honoring self and treating yourself like the Empress that is the pregnant woman needing the pickle and knows she needs the pickle, she's not going to settle for some wimp-ass cucumber or a celery stick. She needs a fucking pickle. She's going to get it. If she needs pie, she's going to get pie. She's not going to settle for somebody bringing her graham crackers or bringing her some kind of Reese's peanut butter cup if she needs chocolate pie. So what you need is what you need is what you need. You're crying and you needed to hear all this. I'm sorry I made you cry, but I'm hoping that it's helpful to you. You're on the path to the right things. You really, really are. It's just a matter of, it's painful to go towards change. It's painful to get out of a comfortable relationship that's familiar with us and that we know maybe doesn't serve us. It's hard to make a decision to create that change. But it's beautiful after it happens, and it can happen. And you're ready for it. So trust your highest self. The High Priestess and the Empress are coming in powerfully, powerfully for you. Trust those that are truly, truly in your corner and rooting for you. Trust those that really want your highest good. And above all, trust yourself. Your gut is telling you already. It's already telling you. So you know what it is you need to do. And again, Mo is slipping me that paper of the House of Birds. I don't know if there's somewhere that has a birdhouse that's peaceful for you or what. You'll know what this is. You'll probably know what this is within 2 weeks. You'll know. It may be as soon as a week. But this is what it is. There's something about you and having a deep connection with birds or a house of birds that reminds you. And look for those as messages from the other side as well. No, you needed this. I always give you an honest and enlightening message. Yeah, I hope it helps. It was beautiful, beautiful energy. It's tricky, but beautiful. Oh, Angie, you've got an update. You went on a running date with Mark. Not sure what's next, though. Okay. Well, Anne-Marie, fingers crossed on all that. Fingers crossed. It's your house. The birds flock around it all day long. Of course they do. Of course they do. Okay. This is why I don't ignore Mo or ignore some of these messages I get. Anne-Marie, I predicted that. Oh, okay. I forget, you guys. You know, I'll tell you something, but I'll ask you to tell me back. But it's good that you have to remind me because I'm on to the next read, right? So it's like, okay. But no, Spirit is really good at giving us messages, at helping us understand things. And when we open up to our higher self, is huge. And sometimes not every reader gets everything right all the time. So don't expect the higher reader or the tarot cards to be more in tune than your higher self. But sometimes the tarot cards will reinforce what our higher self already is trying to tell us. And you even got a hug. Well, good, good, good. Glad for that. Okay, let me get some water and we'll see what's going on next. You love your home. You love your life. You need to protect yourself and the life that you've earned for yourself. Exactly. Exactly. And that's not wrong to do. Like when the woman is pregnant or she has the new baby, then she is very protective of what this is. So, oh, thanks. Thanks. You're the best, Angie. Thanks. Anne-Marie, you'd love to know what's next with you and Mark. Okay. Well, we'll see what happens. We have Kristen up next for a charms reading, so that's the one we're doing. Anne-Marie, the list is open if you want to get on the list. That's totally great. And so that's what we can do. This has changed. The Cash App has changed to the. It used to be A, but it was somehow glitchy and weird, so we changed it to $ the Feisty Butterfly, just so you know. Okay, Kristen, charms read. And I had the charms out. Where did I put them? I moved stuff around. I know I did. And I have the charms. Give me a second to find where I put them. There we go. All right. So charms read for Kristen. A pinch of charms. Okay, I'm going to lower this down so we can do pinch of charms. I don't want to look at what's going on. Okay. What do we got going on? Wow, there's a lot going on for you. Okay. So let me get this little pointery part. And then we're going to flip this down so you can see. Okay. Hopefully you can see pretty good. Pretty good. Okay. You have 2 of the diaper pins, safety pins. There's 2 things of an attachment. One is a rather large attachment. Now, sometimes this indicates baby, baby, baby. But this is 2 things of attachment. And then you have 2 things to diamond and relationship, like diamond and diamond rings. Sometimes this is soul contracts. 2 attachments to soul contracts. There's a lot of mother energy that comes in, but it doesn't come in as new baby coming in. This is very interesting. Now, this one I want to turn over. This is the lemon. I'm loving this. I don't know if you can see this well enough, but this is lemon. The lemon. You can see good. This is, if life gives you lemons, make lemonade. You're already making lemonade, but you need more lemons. It doesn't mean life's going to give you more sour fruit, sour fruit, sour fruit. What it's going to give you is more joy. Lemon is citrus and fresh and new, and it invigorates things. It brings positivity in. This is something that you're being asked to bring in. There's something that is joyful energy that you're supposed to be bringing in. It's not just about making the lemonade. There's music that needs to be incorporated coming in. I'm going to angle this down again. This is coming in, and this is coming in beyond just music. This is coming in not as electric guitar, but as acoustic guitar. This is coming in as acoustic guitar, and what it's taking me to is John Denver, Country Roads Take Me Home. Something about that. I don't know what that's about, but that's what came through, so that's the information. Here we have the umbrella, the nursery stuff. There's something about young children. I don't know if you're having grandchildren or what, but there is young children. The nature of young children needs to be honored. If you had asked me, are you going to get pregnant, and this came through, this would strongly favor that. If we see the Empress and you're at my age, we don't want that, but we do want new projects that keep us alive, keep us engaged. And we also have littles around, like grandsons or nephews and nieces, that sometimes it's out of the mouths of babes and they say something that just floors us because it's so true. That's what the energy is feeling. And it's a reminder of something, a reminder of how you focus on something, a reminder of a dream that you had when you were younger. Now this one needs turned over. What is this? Wow, there's so much youth in here. Okay, I'm going to turn this over. Hopefully you can see. So I just turned over this. There's Alice. Oops, hang on. Oh, come on, TikTok. Come on. Okay, hopefully you can see this. Sorry, I made my screen a little bit weird. Okay, so here is Alice right here, and then here's this orange. There's definitely citrus necessary. Like, as the bossy old mom that I am, I'd say make sure you get your vitamin C. Make sure you get citrus. Make sure you get the things that are good. There's something over here, and this is a very interesting one. You have Alice, you have the orange, and you have the unicorn coming through. All of this kid energy coming through, but it doesn't add up to just playful kid energy. It adds up to understanding the pomander, the lesson of the pomander. So they used to make pomanders out of oranges, and they'd stab them and then put the cloves in to spice them, to make fresh fragrance all around. And it was a thing to do. It was something my mom would have us do at Christmas time. And we would be baking these pomanders. I'm sure it was just to keep us busy. But there's a stickiness that comes out because it's the orange juice. And then the clove scent that goes in, there's a spice. This is something that creates a little bit of a magic environment. It could be something that is like that for you, that you're doing. Your favorite smell? That's your favorite smell. So yeah, this is important. The pomander, the cloved orange, and the orange and lemon smells, the citrus smells are important for you. Then there's contract going on, and then way over here in the future. I don't know if you can see this very well. I'm trying to get this so you can see it really well. Okay, I'm going to hold this so you can see. To me, that looks like phoenix energy. It looks like swan and phoenix and bird rising energy. Hopefully you can see that one. But that's what that looks like. I'm going to set it down because it was way over here. It was flipped on its side, but I want to see it. I want to see it one more time. I want you to see it really good. Hang on. Hopefully you can see that. I'll put it right here. Maybe right here so you can see. Right there. This is the wings opening. This is phoenix energy, swan energy, understanding you're past the ugly duckling stage, understanding you're past the transformation stage, understanding the transformation coming through. I want to throw a couple cards on this just because it's got me curious. So we're going to throw just a couple cards on this. I'm going to go to the Morgan Greer. What's this phoenix energy? What's this transformative energy? If we were looking in the tarot, we might see the world. We might see the death card. We might see something about rebirth. Now in that Dreamscapes tarot cards, that's where we got to go. That's exactly where we got to go. And I happen to know exactly where it is because it's still in order. Hang on. It starts with the Dreamer and then it goes to the Fool. So this is where some of this is. And the nostalgic dreaming and the childhood dreaming important. And then we're going to go clear down to, it has it here, rebirth. There's something that's the new lesson. So the child energy coming through is something, a rebirth, as if you're being reborn, as if you're doing something new. Now these are the two cards that are here. You've learned a significant amount of things with the dream and all the way from Fool to the world again. And then the Phoenix rising energy with the rebirth coming through here. That's amazing. That's what I'm seeing for you. That is beautiful, beautiful. Something that wants to be reborn should not be denied. You need to honor it. Big time. It's like you will be off on a new adventure again because in this deck, the Dreamer precedes the Fool. And the rebirth comes after the world. So that's what's coming in for you. That's incredible. I love that. Love that. Love that. That's what I got for you, sweetie. That's gorgeous energy. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Whatever this is, if there is a cloved pomander Christmas activity that would help you to do, that would be like something from childhood, something along those lines, I would do that and sit with it. And it's tedious. It's a tedious thing, but it's like it will open your mind enough to let something slide in there in a good way. So that's what I've got for you. I love that for you. That's gorgeous. So that's the Dreamscapes, a little preview. And that was a charms read, guys. Wow. Love it, love it, love it. That was fantastic. I was surprised, but very, very beautiful read. You're welcome, honey. You are so, so welcome. No problem. No problem at all. All right, let me throw these in. I don't usually get that much young energy, but that's why. It's because that rebirth is happening. So, all right. Okay, let me put this here. And then I'll put the Morgan Greer back over here. And we'll see what's what. Let me get a little bit of water. I think the list is clear. So, Kim, if there's somebody else on the list, let me know. They are so dang cute. I really love them. Oh, and guys, okay. So one of the new decks that will be arriving, one of the new 10 decks that you guys know that I'm getting some new coming in. You guys asked, well, how many we have by the end of the month? Okay, so one of those new 10 decks or whatever it is that's coming is a Halloween cute Lenormand deck. I thought it might be fun to play with Lenormand a little bit more. So if you guys want, I will get my Lenormands from over there. They read a little bit different than tarot. And we'll see what comes through for the collective from the Lenormand decks. Now, this cute one is like pink with Halloween and very nostalgic. Like, I couldn't resist it. Halloween had already gone by, but I'd never seen it before. And it's like, I had to get it. So I'm going to get the Lenormands from over there. Like, if you guys can see. They're over there. So you see the witch sign and then the green and then that other one. We're going to that one. We're going to see what's going on with that. Okay, one second. And if you guys can see, I'll show you part of over, oh, hell's bells. I don't know if I can show you. It won't show. It's on the wall. It's a Lenormand kind of chart. But anyway, I thought we'd go through and see a little bit of this. Let me see which one feels right. This one doesn't feel right for today, but they will have the crossroads, the letter, the book. The Lenormand cards have typically 36 cards, and then you lay them in a certain way. They're very literal. Think of them like kind of like hieroglyphics, like a stop sign would be there, or a dog would be there, or whatever. So we're going to go into one of these and see what's going on. You know what? I want to go to this one. Hang on. Yeah, this is the one. This will be the perfect one to go through for today. So I'll show you a few of these, and then we'll shuffle, and take a look. But they are super cute. There's Raina George's Lenormand, and then I forget which one this one is. This one I'm using for Jake because it's like, here's the book. Like I said, the book will unlock secrets and stuff like that. So the meanings are there. So my Lenormand is a little bit different than tarot in the readings. Kristen says, I got a new job. You miss the shows every day. So glad I do evenings. The reads are always dead on. Oh, thanks, Kristen. I didn't know if the evenings were a good thing, but that's good feedback to know. And I'm glad that the reads are on for you. Okay, so we're going to take a look at the Lenormand. Let me show you some of these. It's a different kind of way of reading than tarot. So, like, it will have a tower, but the tower doesn't mean the same in Lenormand as it does in tarot. The star doesn't mean the same. So it will be a little bit different. Now, I've seen some tarot readers that read this almost like an oracle deck. And then if you have somebody that specializes in just Lenormand, they might not know tarot, but they love Lenormand. So it's like a different lobe of the brain that is there. So, okay. Let's take a look. I'm going to shuffle these. Hey there, Emily. Hey. Good to see you. Okay. So let me we're going to do a line of 5 in Lenormand. And just bear with me. This is not my first default. It's something I love, but I consider myself more of a tarot reader than a Lenormand reader. Although I can read it, I'm way better at tarot. But Lenormand is beautiful and I love it. And there's a few people that I've seen do it. What is that gal's name? Raina George used to do quite a bit of that. And then there's the one that Card Geek does that. And she does a Kipper deck. If you want to go political, Becca can't be beat. House of Lenormand, Becca does really good on political if you want to go there. But if you want to just do straight Lenormand, I'd do Raina George. If you're just learning, there's, her name might be Dawn or something like that. Donna something. Anyway, all right. Cards ready? Cards are ready. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Okay, I'm going to show you what we got. We have the line of 5. Now, sometimes it's tricky to figure out what's the noun and what's the verb, and I get in my head too much on this. But what we've got here on the line of 5 is we've got the mountain, the obstacle that's tricky, some kind of tricky obstacle where there's literal paperwork that needs to overcome something that needs to be ended. The paperwork will announce what the ending is. It will be publicly seen, and there's this moon on this. Now, the moon is different than in tarot, so I want to look. It says intuition, imagination, inspiration, so it's somewhat similar. There's something hidden right now. There's something that is hidden in this letter in the coffin. There's something about information that has been hidden, buried, that needs to be excavated, brought out. Light needs to be put upon it. There's a little bit of light. There will be more and more coming down. I want 3 more going forward this way. Yeah, these read a little bit more oracle for me than just straight Lenormand, but wow, okay. I guess we have 4 coming in. There is some kind of commitment that's honored with love. There's something else that is coming. This is usually the one that brings the letter. The writer brings the letter forward. Somebody coming to visit, bringing news. And the star. On this one, sometimes the star can mean growth. It also means hope, dreams, inspiration. But also it means something that grows and spreads. There's big news coming that gets spread about something that was turbulent and deceptive and a little bit tricky. Anything else? One more. One more to summarize, just one more to summarize. The book, information. This is a little piece of information, and this is the writer that brings it, and the book, the secret opens up. The book is open here. Literally, the book of secret opening up, the knowledge or the mystery about something opening up. So, in Lenormand land, this is something that's saying, all will be revealed. This is something that's coming up and coming out publicly. information to note. This is something that's coming to your awareness. This is something that is being brought to you. More inspiration. Something that felt very, very stuck and like an obstacle will be overcome. But there has been some difficulty with it. It says confusion, negativity, unclarity. There's been something tough on this. Now the star brings new hope and new clarity, but how well do we see the stars on a cloudy night? The clouds will still be lingering a little bit. So trust to whatever it is that's the knowledge that you know really, really well. This is important for you. To understand what it is that your higher self tells you, I always will say is important. This news may change how you see something, and you'll see it more widely than what you saw before. That's what I've got. That feels complete on that. Just a little bit of fun and games with the Lenormand deck. So that's what we got. All right. Heather for a tarot reading. All right. Heather, I see that came through. I didn't see your question there. I'm going to click on it, and if I don't see your question, I'll have you retype it. So just 1 second, okay? Blah, blah, blah. It is not showing. Yeah, the Lenormands are super fun, and they can read super oracle. And like I say, I got that one coming that is just super, super cute. But it's a whole different way. And I think I kind of am somewhere like doing a hybrid type of reading style with these. Some people that do just strictly those, oh my gosh, they can tell you all kinds of things, but they do it just strictly those 36. So, you know, that's just how that one goes. All right, let's see if I can see Heather's question. Just tarot reading is what I'm seeing. Okay. Okay. Year ahead, deciding on option of family, constellation, or creation circles. Okay. Deciding between option of family, constellation, or creation circles for business next year. Okay, for Heather. All right, give me just a second. We're going to Morgan Greer for this for sure. All right, let me put these over here. I'll get a sip of water, and we will have Morgan Greer out for you, and I'll lower the phone so you can see what's going on. Morgan Greer is an oldie, but a really goodie. Really, really goodie. So we're going to use these for all the way around. We'll use these for the two in the center. And I have a third one if we need to clarify, we'll use those. So that's where we're going to. So, okay. All right, for Heather. Okay. Where to focus the business. That's what we're going to start with. Okay, let me give this a shuffle. Heather, year ahead, where to focus the business. Now, usually with a year ahead, I don't do a question. I will see what it brings forward with that. You might get a whole lot more than what you asked about because it is a full year ahead. So just bear that in mind. And I don't mind getting nosy and looking. Whoa, that one wants to jump. Wow. All right, I think I'm getting the Casting Crowns song. It's telling me Sword of Truth tells me a different story. Sword of Truth tells me do not be afraid. You've got the Sword of Truth coming through big, big, big. That song came through as soon as I saw that. And this is something, the crown is pierced. The tower crossing it, crown is pierced, a bolt out of the blue. So whatever it is that you need to change, you need to change. Don't keep building up something old or the universe will throw the tower there. The tower, usually people are like, oh, 15 swear words. And the tower is one of my favorite cards. If you keep building on the tower, or if that's what you're supposed to do, and then the universe gives you a bolt out of the blue, it can change your life for good, as in a very permanent kind of different kind of a change, but also a better an improvement. And it's because this tower gets blown to shit. It like gets blown completely apart, and you have to start over. And it's huge, huge, huge for you. Huge to do so. Now we're going to go here, and we'll see what's going on. Yeah, there is a different story coming through for you, a different thing that is knowledge that you know to the bone. It's like you have to allow yourself the knowing of it instead of being in denial about a certain thing that you're building. Now, let's see. We're going to start in November, and then we're going to work our way around the circle. So here we go. November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October. Okay, I want more cards. I want a lot more cards. You're getting a double rosette going on. I don't know why you need two, but you're needing duplicates all the way around. And because you asked the question the way you did, and because that's what I'm feeling the energy wants us to do, that's what I'm doing. So give me a second. You're not done yet. We need more information here, and then we'll clarify with the big cards if we need to. November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October. Okay. Wow. Right off the top, as we're going through, we have March, April, May, June, July. There is some confusion going on in that summertime, so just be very, very aware. We're starting here with the Star of Hope and pursuing the dream and the Wheel of Fortune. It needs to be your dream that you're pursuing. Really, really big needs to be your dream that you're pursuing. Not someone else's, yours. Wheel of Fortune and Karma, and having like 2 numbers dialed in on the combination before the third one falls. So something rises to the top and whatever else falls off, drops off. This is what's going on in November. You're letting go of something. If you don't let go of something and don't pay attention to what it is you need to let go of, or if you live in the land of denial, the universe will give a corrective bolt of lightning and blast you. So the Sword of Truth is big. What's big in December? Oh, this is what we needed the second one about, the Sword of Truth. And the Knight of Pentacles. You're making slow progress going towards something, but you suffer no fools. If you're the Queen of Swords, you know what you know what's fair, you know what's right. You need to honor that intuitive stuff. You cannot bullshit yourself anymore. Suffer no fools. At all. At all. Suffer no fools. Then here we have the Page of Wands and the Nine of Cups. There's going to be a new message coming in January about what's going to give you the wish. Now, this is your hopes and dreams and wishes coming true. This is considered the wish card. There's also a certain sense of smugness because you have everything lined up. It's not lined up yet. This was November. This is hoping for something. In January, it gets lined up. We aren't seeing coins all over the place. We aren't seeing the bing, 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 bing. Like, to me, that's like the slot machines in Vegas going off. It's not like a windfall happening. That's not what I'm seeing. It's work that's put into something that is going a different direction now. Now here we have the Knight of Wands and then the time for rest in February. The desire to charge forward, but it needs to be balanced with rest and retreat. That's huge. And you need the perspective that comes from stillness. The perspective that comes from quiet. Whatever this adjustment is, you're going to be making it in February. Whatever this tower is and this adjustment is in February. I want to look to that. Because we've got from November to February, and things are going pretty good. Things are going pretty well, but there is going to be a big adjustment, the change. Okay, this one, you need to quest for the grail for yourself. Don't go for promises, promises, promises. You need something real and substantial. This Knight of Pentacles knows what substantial is. Don't let somebody tell you, this is just for example, don't let somebody tell you that they're going to invest in something, but you have to put up 100% first, and then they're going to invest, blah, blah, blah. No, 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 no. No, they need to put their money where their mouth is, and they need to really, really bring it forward. They need to be straight up about it, and they need to be prepared. And you need to be investing in yourself most of all. Okay, going into March. Okay, now this is, trust yourself. If somebody's telling you something that's too good to be true, they're full of shit, okay? Because March, you have a little bit of heartache going on and a sense of betrayal and feeling like you're out in the cold, out some money. I would not loan somebody money just because they say they're good for it, blah, blah, blah. Seriously? Based on history, if you know better, you know better. Don't loan more than you can afford to lose in between like February and March. If you need to loan them $100, loan them $100. If they're asking you to co-sign on a car or a house, fuck no. No, no. Okay, what else do you need to know about this March energy? Why am I getting that? Somebody's hot and cold, very, very hot and cold about something. It's not just one extreme or another. It's hot, cold, hot, cold, hot, cold. Now, if your brain is doing hot, cold, hot, cold, hot, cold extremes, you need to get a little bit more temperate about that, a little bit more moderate about that. It's not one extreme or the other that's coming through. And this might feel like you get a little bit of a setback. This isn't as big as the tower. The tower itself feels like, "Argh!" And the tower will come through. And the tower, the reason I love it is because you can have a company like Phil's company, my husband's company, that was in business for 99 years. And then all of a sudden, boom, they're done. And they lay off everybody in the nation. Everybody. The company goes out of business after 99 years of being in business. And where are we at now? He's working for someone else and we're doing better than before. But it's not something we had control of. This could be beyond your control. Trust your instincts as you go through this next year. Trust your business sense of savvy. Save where you can. Save for the rainy day and the shit storms that come through. And save a little extra. So say you're saving $10 a month for the rainy day fund. See if you can save a little. Maybe 15 isn't doable, but maybe 12 is, and maybe next month is 17, and maybe the next month is only 12 again. Whatever it is between now and March, you need to be putting savings to the side, and you need to make that important for you. It will help you in crunch time. And you don't loan it to the Joe Schmo that tries to talk you into borrowing money or whatever. You don't loan it there. It's your oh shit fund, and you need to have that ready because March is gonna have an oh shit moment in it. All right, what else? We were going for that. Don't go into the extremes. Yeah. No, Lucy says I'm right on this. I'm getting a child nursery rhyme, so you're gonna get it because that's what's coming through. But it's the peas porridge hot, peas porridge cold, peas porridge in the pot, 9 days old. Some like it hot, some like it cold, some like it in the pot, 9 days old. This is not usually what comes through, but it's come through on occasion. And Lucy is stirring right now. Lucy is showing me the stirring. There needs to be a moderation. The hot and the cold need to be blended together, homogenized, come together in a way that is more evenly blended. You have the magic. You have all the ingredients to do this. You have the ability to do this and conquer this in March. The magician is in the house, and the magician is in your wiring. The magician is in the wiring for you. So the way that you've set it up, the way it's wired, if you even think of like literally a house and the house is wiring, that's the thing that conducts and carries the electricity. You would check it. You would check the breakers. You would check things like that. So in your business, do likewise in March. Check your wiring. Check how A is connected to B, what's going on. Know your numbers. Know your components, your elements during this time. That's important for you in March. In April, you'll be letting go and grieving something, and it'll be confusing, and there'll be a lot of new choices coming in forward to go forward. Now, this is the card of choices. You're spoiled for choices, and you're procrastinating and not making a decision. This card comes in as the Lover's card. And this one is where you are at a choice point. Do you follow the choice of the heart, or do you follow the choice of purpose? Or do you some way manage to do both? It feels like you follow the choice of purpose. And it feels like there's something that you walk with alone. I'm going to try and cover this so not to get banned. But there's the Hermit, there's the Lovers. These are both major arcana cards. The Lovers are the ones that are the outer rosette circle that I did, right? So the Lovers came like this. It came on top of this, but I'm putting it here just for the sake of this. But this is clarifying this. There's going to be something you're going to have to travel or make decisions alone, scrutinize, look more deeply, put some light on something that you've learned through here. Now, this is March, April, May, June, July. So summer, you're making some decisions. Okay, this is coming through. It doesn't make any sense. It's coming through. If your business is a fireworks stand and it's 4th of July and you do all of your year's business on the 4th of July and that's what your thing is, it's that seasonal of a business. You're going to be prepared for the 4th of July stand or plural stands to be open in multiple places. You're going to have the fireworks all ready to come in. You're going to have everything, all your ducks in a row. If for some reason in March you need to modify whatever this is for your fireworks stand, whatever this is for your business, you're going to need to modify it. In March, you're going to learn what it is you need to modify. But you alone are going to need to make the choices and the decisions and scrutinize and know the numbers and know what's going on to scrutinize and shift that. And if for some reason you're like, okay, fireworks stand isn't what we're doing this year, we're going to do watermelon stand or corn maze or whatever it is. It feels like it is a light up the sky kind of thing for you. Yeah, it is the fireworks stand. I don't know what that's about. I do not know why. But the summer business choices are going to need to be adjusted, shifted a little. You're going to know what you need to do. And this is the choice that you're going to need to make. Now, it's going to be tricky because you're going to want to stick with the old. And sticking with the old is a lie. You don't want to stick with the devil old. It will be stubborn to create change. But you need to disperse the funds accordingly. This is usually a card of if you share, you get more, giving and receiving. You need to share appropriately, not just with any old person that wants something. And don't stick to the old pattern. In June, you are definitely shifting it up. This is coming through in June. So in July, look, there's happiness and joy because you've made a decision. You don't have all of these things going on, but you've added something else in. You've added another cup in. So here's the 2 of Cups. You've knocked over the 3. You've gotten rid of something. Here's the perfect 2. You've made a choice about something here in May, April, May. Yeah, you have to decide this. Here's when it presents, April, May, you decide June. You're going to probably want to stick to the old. Now, if you need to be doing something other than the fireworks stand or whatever it is, watermelon stand, whatever, you'll know what it is you need to do. But it's going to be where you need to add something else and not pie in the sky thinking. No, you need to stay fucking grounded, but not stubbornly stuck in the past. I don't know if that's making sense or helpful, but that's what's going on. It's going to create huge harmony. You need to choose what's the important new cup. This is the card of the 10 of Cups. It's what you wished for plus a little bit more, but it looks a little different than it has looked before in the past. Now here, the new cup that you're adding in, the new start, and then here, this is just so gorgeous. It's the celebration. It's something that you're adding. This is a feminine aspect of something, knowing how to use the card of Schwing, the divine new project, the divine new ambitious desire that you want to put in here, the new effort. The Ace of Wands brings forth something. It's this power of creation that is amplified in July and in August. It's amplified. I don't know what that's about. I don't know why that's about. The game has changed. The players have changed a little bit. You asked about constellation. The constellation, how it is in November, is just fine, but you are incorporating and adding more and then being very, very clear, very, very logical in what it is that you're making decisions about early on for November through to roughly February, March. February, March, reevaluate, tweak, shift, turn, do a little different. Now we're going back through here, August, bam, big time. August, this is important. This is new start, new work, new business, new energy, new family business. This is when it's coming in August. And then this is celebrating the gifts. This is huge celebration of you and what you offer and what you bring forward. Okay, September. The Empress energy here and Temperance. You betcha, baby. Ugh, love this. Okay, so as fall comes in next year, this September energy, this back to school energy, this lesson learned, you are prepared and ready for it. Whatever it is that's the inventory or whatever it is that you're doing with the mini, the inventory has shifted a little bit and you've made adjustments and you're ready. So maybe instead of selling fireworks, you're selling, I don't know, pens, paper, notebooks, color crayons, I don't know. But whatever it is, the business and what you're selling and what you're doing has changed. There is a change in curriculum for you and for your business going forward. Huge. Queen of Pentacles felt it coming, and covered her ass. You will not be robbed because the Queen of Pentacles knows exactly how much she has. And she's not going to let anybody get away with taking from her. No, you're not going to overgive. You're not going to give to the wrong person. You're going to be fine. Empress and Queen of Pentacles are the closest together. That closest queen to the Empress is Queen of Pentacles in my book. But you also have this Temperance. You're going to be doing it in a moderate way. Now, what else do you need to know going forward? Oh, gosh. Gosh golly. Okay. Two of Cups. It's going to take me back to here for a minute. Okay. Perfect business partner, perfect plan presented. To walk away from something that has spilled or not worked out and pivot is important, quintessentially important. That's happening again. That's April that's happening. After the February and March muckery. All right. And yeah, I'm saying muckery. Things are going to be a little bit muddled. Now, what else? Anything else? Here we go. August. So this is, you are shifting gears. You know you're going to need to have things all shifted. And it's going to be a little bit muddy in that April energy. But by August, you will have figured out how the corrective needs to be applied. That's what I've got. I hope that makes sense to you. That feels complete. That feels like all the information. No mucking around. Right. And don't loan, cosign, or borrow more than you can actually see yourself doing. I'm not trying to be a wet blanket or squelch your dream. It's good to dream. It's good to dream big. But there is a part of you that needs to be practical and a self-preservationist that's important. Now, if you want to take a business loan and you know what you're doing and what you can afford, great. But if you're taking like long-lost relative, you win the lottery, long-lost relatives come out of the woodwork and say, loan me this, loan me that. Don't loan more than you can afford to see gone. And don't get yourself in over your head. Be frugal and sensible and wise as the Empress. The Empress, she knows she's pregnant, but she knows there's a period of time on this thing. She knows. She knows just because you're pregnant doesn't mean the baby's here tomorrow. There's a period of time that it takes to shift gears and change gears. So that's what I've got. Angie, can I recommend some decks for beginners? Yeah, there's all kinds of starter decks that have keywords. I would recommend the Rider-Waite-Smith, Pamela Coleman-Smith type, this one, which is the traditional imagery. Traditional. I would recommend this, and then getting one. When I teach classes, I tell you to get a Rider-Waite-Smith version, and then get one that you really like where they haven't changed the suit names and things like that. So one of the ones that I really love that does not come with a book is the Dark Mansion, but it has a little bit of a different flavor. Like here you can see them with the Three of Cups. Here, Three of Cups. So I would recommend Rider-Waite-Smith with one that you love that speaks to you, and have both of them for learning. How long am I on today? Oh, I don't know. A while. I don't know. I'm on for a while. It's good energy today. So I'll be on for a little while. So I don't know. But when I teach the classes, I have you get 2 decks because this art, for some people, the art is a little bit flat and they aren't loving it. Like here's the 6 of coins here, 6 of coins here. Same idea, right? And these are both older decks. There's a lot of modern decks that are beautiful. This one, beautiful, beautiful. Here's the 6 of Cups here. And you can see it still has the cups. It's beautiful. This is a newer one. Absolutely gorgeous. The thing that annoys me is when they change the names of suits. Yeah, I give classes. I'll tell you about that. This is what I do. Okay, it's my Tarot 1, 2, 3 class, and it's on sale for $99. And what it is, I don't know if you're getting too much reflection, 15 videos, about 3 hours of instruction, and then I do 2 30-minute follow-ups with you. So then we Zoom back and forth, like we'll get on the Zoom, we'll talk about what you've learned, and I'll give you all the links, and then you just take it at your own pace. So the videos, you learn at your own pace, and then when you're ready, you contact me, we set up a follow-up appointment. I might give you homework on that first follow-up appointment, or I might not. It's easy and it's fun. As soon as you make tarot fun and you're talking with the cards, you're reading fast. You don't have to memorize everything under the sun or all the reversals. Once you understand the card, you understand the reversal pretty good. And once they start talking to you, you have a blast. Then the second follow-up we do, and you'll be surprised. Like, people talk tarot faster than they ever knew. And it's something I love, so I could talk about it forever. But yeah, that's what I do for classes. And email me at Angie Does Classes. I know, brilliant, right? Brilliant. Or at my other one, but if you want me to see your email faster, Angie Does Classes is the best one. And I love teaching tarot. I love, 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 love tarot. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. So yeah, it's super, super fun. So yeah, they're on sale for $99. And if you want to take class, then great. Without looking at the clock, I've been on for maybe an hour or so. I'm looking 12:29. I think I got on at 11. So I've been on for an hour and a half. But it feels like an hour. Like time just zooms right on by. So fast. So much fun. So yeah. Yeah, I teach just like I'm here. And I'll break out, like you'll see me break out markers. And I was going to give like a little bit of homework at the first video. It says I'll send you. And then I didn't do that. And I decided to do homework as a follow-up one-on-one. Because I think it works a little bit better. So yeah, you'll get a lot of information. It's super, super fun. And if you have a certain deck and I have the deck, then I'll pull it up and we'll work with the same decks together or not. But there's some of the decks. 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 So I love tarot, if you didn't notice, yes. So yeah, I'll probably be at 710 decks by the end of the month. By the end of November, because I ordered some coming, and I do love tarot. It's like having my own little library. It's fabulous. I love it. I love, love, love it. I love the cards. I love when they surprise me. I love when they're so accurate that they blow my mind. Like I'll think, well, what do I need to know today? Blah, blah, blah. Or you'll get like crazy things coming through. And the tarot is a tool, but it gets you in touch with your intuitive self, and it helps jog your mind in directions that opens things up. So that's why I love it. Run to go searching for decks. Yeah. And I put my decks in these things you guys have seen. And these I get from Michael's, and then I hot glue them. Like you can kind of see the hot glue on the sides. Because there's like 10 decks in each thing. So you're up to 30. You want to be like me when you grow up. Hey, you be like you, and that's thrilled. And get the decks that speak to you. And don't be surprised if the cute decks surprise you. I'll show you the Tarot of the Trash Panda. It's one of my favorite. And the Hedgehog. Because they surprised me. And at first I was like too snotty. Like really like, I got some humble pie from the universe on that. It's like, you need the beautiful decks, but sometimes the artsy decks are too beautiful. And then you need the decks that will kick you in the teeth sometimes, which Tarot Apocalypse does that, but also does the Good Karma and also does the Deviant Moon. This is one that is a very great tarot. Super cute. You'd think, okay, how is that cutesy deck going to get you? It'll get you all right. It definitely will. So don't underestimate the cute decks. But if you're first learning, I would stick to kind of a Rider-Waite or clone type of deck. Morgan Greer is older but fabulous. Some people only read off Rider-Waite Forever. Sacred Rose is a little bit, they've changed a few things. That's the first one I ever saw. Where is that one at? Where did I put that? It's back there somewhere. Sacred Rose, it has like the 4 meanings of the roses are a little bit different. It's a little bit thick, but that's the one that my aunt read off for the first time I ever had a tarot read, and I love it. And it's beautiful, but it's not necessarily the easiest to learn. And it's, for learning, it's not necessarily my favorite one for class. So this one, you can see, I mean, super cute. Look at the world, super cute. But it's going to kick your teeth. Don't underestimate, because as soon as you underestimate the cute little deck, it's going to serve you a slice of humble pie. Really good. So, Michelle, you're doing fantastic. We love having you in the tarot community. Absolutely we do. Absolutely we do. So anyway, yeah. And if you love tarot and you love it like me, you're going to just love it even more and love it even more and learn what you don't know. And the older that I get, the more I know that I don't know that I don't know that I don't know. Which questions leading to other questions, that's how you learn. There's never an end to questions. So I think we're probably pretty good. Are we pretty good for today? Nobody's on the list, like everybody's gotten their readings handled, I think. I mean, I could shoot the shit about tarot forever. But that's what's going on around here. So I think we're all caught up. I'll double check. Yeah, we're all caught up. Should we just do a charms read just for the collective, just for fun? We should. We really should. And you'll find yourself reading different things. Maybe you'll find yourself reading tarot. Maybe you'll fall in love with Lenormand or tea leaves or charms or whatever. Lenormand and tea leaves and charms have a lot of similar overlay in them. So we're going to see what's going on. We're just going to bring out a few charms just for this. Do I give private readings? Yes, I do. So, I have a commercial for that. Okay. Private readings. This is what I do. You can get 3 questions for $66. You ask me and I send you a video, and it's an unlisted link so you can share it with other people. It usually is a 2-day turnaround. So 24 to 48 hours. So 3 questions for $66 if you want to do it that way. If you want to do a Zoom session, that's $99, and we offer them, you can ask as many questions as you want for like an hour. I was thinking of doing, and I'll probably offer it on Black Friday, where you can have a Zoom call for 1 question for like a half hour. So we would cover it pretty thoroughly. But the Zoom for $99 is really worth it, because we go over everything. We get crazy good. So that's fun. But if you would rather have the 3 for $66 and just have a video link, that's good too. So that's what I got. So many types of divination. Yeah. Oh my gosh, I love divination. Can I send you the read I did for you last time? Email me and I'll see if I can figure out where it is. If it's something that we did on the live, then it will be on the recorded of the live show, and you could just go to the date that the show is, and it will probably be uploaded. If it's something that we did as a private read, if you remind me, and I probably would have sent it to you last time, if it's like a private read, then you can look in your email and click that one again. But email me and I will look for it, and I'll see if I can find it later today. So that's what I've got. Okay, let's do a charms read for just a little bits. We only got 2. Oh, this is easy. Okay, let me show you what we got. We have the treble clef, the music note, and the captain's wheel. This is follow your own heart, follow the song of your own heart. And you are the one at the wheel. You are the one at the helm. You steer the ship. You need to bring your music forward. Nobody else can bring forward your music. The song of your heart, only you can bring forward. And this is huge for us. Let's get a little bit, another pinch. I'd like, okay, we've got a little bit more coming in. Let's see what we got here. Tip that down. We've got wild horses in the rider. There's a message coming through. This is a time when if we tap into the music that we loved as a teenager, there's going to be a message coming through on those songs that we know. Now, sometimes the songs that we listen to as teenagers, it sticks with us for life. Like Phil still likes all the old metal songs and the metal bands and all of that. But those songs stick with us for life. And it feels like if there's one that you really, really loved, If it's Wide Open Space, if it's Jody Messina, if it's Metallica, it doesn't matter what it is. You'll know the one. Play it. You're going to find a message in there again that's going to apply. The crown needs adjusted. I'm going to go back down here. The crown needs adjusted here. This is straighten your crown. Walk tall, walk prideful in a good way. Very proud of self. This is a season of change. The leaves are falling off the tree, and this is a sign of birth and something new coming in. This is a season of change. This one also is the fish. It's fish scales, leaves off the tree, but it really is fish bones. If you look, go to the bare bones of a thing with the fish. It's more than the bones of the tree and the leaves, which it will present like leaf, but it's fish. Go to the bare bones of the thing. The new project is coming forward. There's something that you need to strip down. Go to the bones of the thing and something coming in spring. New news coming here. And I flipped that one over and you can see the green flower here, and it's presented like a gift in a bow. It's coming now. Something that you're starting development now is coming bigger in spring. So strip something down to the bare bones of a thing. Honor what it is that is your song to move forward, because you're going to be able to carry it forward, and new projects that are abundant and flourishing in spring. For many of us, this is what's coming. Because again, we go back to here, being the captain of your own ship, being the captain of your own destiny, right here. You're the one steering this, but it has to resonate and come through in a way where it's the music of your heart, where it's your anthem, your theme song, your mantra, whatever it is. Like one of mine is to thine own self be true. That's one of my mantras, one of my things that's an anthem type of thing, a message that I live by. Another one is create joy, right? These are the things that are huge. These are things that are just core to my being. This is something like that for you that comes through core to your being. And you'll find it in music. You'll find it in old music for whatever reason. That's coming through a lot. And I'm not sure what that's about, but that's what I got. So that's the charm reading for the collective. That was kind of fun. I like doing that. That's super fun. All right. So we will see if there's anything else. So Kim did the last call, and I think we're about done. The voice will hold up for a little bit more, but not a lot. So I'm going to need to do some vocal rest, as they say. So I think we're probably good, unless you guys got some other questions. And I don't know if you do or not, but whatever. That's okay. All right. What do we have here? All right. You're taking that for you. It means la. Okay. All right. I think we're probably done. Are we done, Kim? I think we are. Kristen was the last one that I saw. Kristen paid $10 for the charms read, and we did Kristen's read. Didn't we do Kristen's read? I think we did Kristen's charms read before. So, because she had... The list is still open. Yeah, it's still open if you want to do that. So if you want to do another charms read, we can do that, whatever. But we did one that had like the double diaper pins, and it had double diamonds on it, remember? You're going to get another one? Okay, great. Let me get some water. Perfect. Yeah, I love the charms reads, and I love the Lenormands. We'll throw a little Lenormands in for fun, too. Because the Lenormands read kind of like charms or tea leaves. Ooh, and there is somebody named Karen, Tea with Karen. And she does fancy, cute, beautiful, wonderful teacup glasses for tea leaf reading. Just FYI, heads up in case you were interested. She's in Australia, though. Okay. So let me get the Lenormands, and then I'll get the charms, and we'll see what we got coming forward with that. All right. 1 second. That needs to go back there. I've got to get all these put away, guys. I get so many cards out. It's such a mess. You would be amazed how messy this gets in here. It's like bonkers. Okay. So, put this here for now. Okay. So, okay, Kristen, you want a year ahead? Is that what you're wanting? And Toby wants a blind. So Toby's came through on the blind, and then we'll do Kristen's for the year ahead. So Toby's for the blind came through first, so I'm going to do it by that order. So that's what we'll do. Toby for the year ahead for the blind. 1 second. All right. Toby, year ahead for the blind. Ooh, Toby, we're getting into the medicine cards. Now, I think it was Emily that sent me these. These were sent to me, and they're beautiful. My aunt that had the Sacred Rose deck had this also. We're going to see those coming in. Hang on. Well, this is a little bit unusual, Toby. Very unusual. Okay. So we've got, for Toby, we've got the medicine cards, we've got the Everyday Witch Oracle from Deborah Blake, and then we've got the Karma cards. Now the medicine cards, they would be great for, like if you owned these and got the book, they're good for deep study, they're good for deep reflection. We're going to see what they bring forward today. Then we're going to go into these two for Toby. There was something that came on about mushrooms the other day, Toby, and it was making me smile. And, oh, it was on Shark Tank, and it made me think of you. It was Shark Tank, and they have these mushrooms in these kind of high-end art-looking domed glass. And it looked so cool, and it was like just how you could have a living art piece, and it was mushrooms. It made me think of you. It made me happy and smile. I'm like, okay, Toby would think that was cool. And Phil was like, oh, okay. So that was kind of an interesting one. Don't know what that's about, but yeah. All right, for Toby's blind. Okay, here we go. Okay. You need to have higher perspective and sharp eyes with the hawk coming through. There's an industriousness, and there is something about the raccoon is bringing through this energy of scavenger and resourcefulness. Resourcefulness is the right word. Industrious, yeah, that's more hardworking, but resourceful is what's coming in. And then Swan, this transformative energy, and don't underestimate yourself. These are coming through right here. This is what's coming through in the medicine cards. So I want to lay this down so you can see. Hawk, raccoon, swan. Hang on. Coming through here. Now we're going to put Deborah Blake's on each side of this and see what she's got to say. I think I just want one for each side on this. Okay, what do we have here? Okay, this one is saying affirmation for healing the heart. And then this is saying water magic. Okay, we're getting some homework. Toby, we're getting some homework. Now, if you look at, I think it's Masimoto, I think that's the right name. And he does the studies on water, the patterns that it changes. And he did this body of work in a book about how you could infuse water with energy or emotion, or just putting a word on that changes something, and how you observe something, the act of observing it will change it. So how this relates to water magic and summoning water magic. Water is all about the emotions, that kind of thing. This is, sometimes there's things where we have consecrated oil, consecrated meals, consecrated herbs, consecrated things that are made sacred. This is asking for you to consecrate water on the daily. So whatever this is, take a moment in your meditation time, put the energy or the intention of what it is you want to bring forward in your day into the water, and drink the water, and honor this emotional experience that you want to bring forward. This is huge for you. This is big for you. And it may be different on one day versus another, but this is definitely the water magic and summoning the energy and nourishing yourself again. And it lets go of the old, cleanses through, and adds to the new. And literally, the water gets in your body, in your system, in your bloodstream, runs through every part of you. So you let the emotion that you want to infuse the water with, just like you had, maybe you put strawberry cucumber or cucumber mint water in to do the fancy high-end waters, right? So this is the same thing. You're infusing it with that. Now this is what it is for, and it's for a healing heart. There's something coming through on this card about the daddy aspect of things and taking care of things, the daddy aspect and bringing comfort to a situation. I don't know what that's about. Don't forget to make sure that you're bringing comfort for self, but you act as a comfort and a good shoulder to cry on, and sometimes that button might be pushed a little heavy, but the daddy aspect is coming in here. And you can see right there, you need to keep your heart strong, your heart healthy and clear, and your channel and your vessel clear. You cannot solve all the problems. We can't always solve our kids' problems for them, but we can be there loving on them regardless and let them know how much we love them. This is what needs to be honored right now. So have the higher perspective, have a little bit of a sense of detachment regarding that. Be resourceful in knowing to use what you have available to use, and what you need to let go of in order to honor new things to transform in that transformative energy here with a swan, with allowing grace to be there. Other people have to be allowed to feel their feelings, to feel the transformative pain that is catharsis for them as well. We're going into the karma cards and seeing what's going on here for here. And I want right here. That's to do with the higher perspective. Now this has very small print, so pardon me, because these glasses don't have bifocals, and I need to have bifocals again. This is saying self-confidence, take a chance on something, and this is also resulting from the impressiveness. Now this is something to do with Leo, but taking a chance on something with a Leo amount of charm coming through. It's directing me to the swan again. It's the higher perspective about the swan. Don't underestimate yourself as duckling, honey. And this says responsibility, success, and becoming a person of power and status. Standing alone as your own island that is rainbow. This is huge for you. Don't be hyper and over responsible for something. You have a huge amount of responsibility that's been thrust upon you over and over and over, but you need to be responsible to yourself and honor what it is that you need to take care of for yourself as well. Not just comfort others. Do this that I'm giving you for the homework. Do this seriously for the next few weeks. It will be helpful to you. And if it becomes part of your daily practice, great. But if you're drinking water that you're putting the word love on and taping that to the water, or just thinking that, or writing it in the air around that, and then drinking that water so you have a more loving heart for that day. Maybe you have forgiveness one day. Maybe you have letting go. Whatever it is, you'll know. But do this. This is how you do a little bit of a quick, I don't know if you call it a hack, but it's a spiritual hygiene hack is what I would take that to be. So that you're getting ready to grow lion's mane. Awesome. Awesome. Yes, lion's mane, ashwagandha, those kinds of things, the cordyceps, all those kinds of things. Interesting. Yeah, good on you. Good on you. Then on this side, well, we have the awareness, the many thoughts, and this is many words. Many thoughts from many words. You're going to need to be doing some writing after you do this water exercise, right? This water homework I've given you. Take the time to write down a few thoughts, just a few, but over a period of time, a few thoughts in the morning, and then several mornings that stack up in a week's worth of time, 2 weeks worth of time, 3 weeks worth of time. It's stacking up for you. And you can do this. This is the Mercury energy coming through. Particularly do this in the retrograde. Slow it down. Do it during the Mercury retrograde. We think, retrograde, vexing. But it's like the friend that helps you slow down before you do so much that you end up burning out. You know, that says, hey, you forgot to eat your lunch. You forgot to eat it all today. Have you eaten breakfast? This is the one that slows you down to take care of yourself. And this needs to be done. It says, don't worry about something, have faith. And the North Node is coming in here. Now this, I want to study this more. It's like a dragon that's grabbing hold of the world. The North Node is coming through. It's something you've got your hands around. It feels almost like gripping too tight. A dragon could do whatever magic it wanted to do. It doesn't have to hold so tight. Something that's clutched too tightly needs a little bit of release. We're going back to this oracle for one more card on the center. The resourcefulness is there. This guy knows how to raid the garbage can, but he doesn't only eat the garbage, right? The raccoons know how to raid the garbage can, raid the fruit from here, raid the fruit from there. They own the world, the little bandits. You know, the raccoons know what they're doing. They're naturally resourceful, and they understand how to make use of many resources. This is something that you need to remember about yourself. It's a gift you have. Not everyone has that gift, but it doesn't mean you have to settle for just the crumbs or the low things. No, you're resourceful. You could use diamonds as your resource just as easily as you could use plums or mushrooms or fruits or cardboard or whatever. There's something about the ingeniousness of your mind and the ingenuity of your mind that makes you hugely resourceful. Learn from life. You will always learn from life. Now it's time to share. There's much in this picture for you. It's time to take off. You've got a lot of stacked learning here with these books. It's time to take off and get out in the world a little bit more independently and do something, because you'll learn from life, like the cat playing with the butterfly. Dog and butterfly song, Heart, fabulous. That's worth a re-listen for you, the dog and butterfly song particularly. It's showing up as cat and butterfly here, but the song that's coming through is dog and butterfly. Yeah, that's what I've got. That feels complete there. Yeah, you'll know what that is. You'll know. Okay, that's what I got on that one. I love this for you. Yeah. Listen to the dog and butterfly song. It's beautiful, it's slow, it sets a pace, it sets a mood, it sets a tone. That's what I got for you, honey. It's gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. All right. You are so welcome. Yeah. Get ready and grow the lion's mane. Grow whatever it is you feel like your heart and spirit wants to call you to, and keep doing it. You're so, so welcome. So welcome, honey. All right. So let's see what else we got going on here. Let me put these to the side here. All right. So we had Kristen's for the year ahead. Let me get some water and we'll get to Kristen's year ahead. Okay. We're going to the Wandering Spirit for you, Kristen. Now this is an interesting one, and it wants me to pull one of the globals too. This is the Global Fusion. We're going to pull one of these, then we're going to go to where we usually do the year ahead for you. Okay. What is the global one? The global reads a little bit differently just because it's got symbols and stuff a little differently, but it's pretty interesting. This is the card of strength. You can see the 8 on it, but it has a tiger versus the lion. It's the lady and the lion usually, but this one has the tiger. She's very, very abundant in her strength right there. Abundant in what she's knowing. Abundant in how she knows how to tame the tiger also. This is interesting. We're going to put this one a little to the side in case we want to dive into it later. But we're going to put that there, and we're going to go into the Wandering Soul. Carol. Wandering Spirit, something like that. Okay. The strength is going to be, you know when cereal says fortified with vitamin blah, blah, blah? It feels like you are fortified. Like you have strength in abundance. And that's not always my favorite card, although it's often the most beautiful card in the deck. I don't like having to be strong. Nobody likes to have to be strong to get through something. You've been fortified. You have it in abundance. All right. Okay, let's look what's going on here. Start with the blue deck, then we'll go to the red. Wow. Whoa. You aren't kidding around. This is 3 major arcana cards, and we haven't even really started the year. You've got the death card here. This is death and transformation, death and rebirth. You know the caterpillar butterfly thing I always talk about. This is butterflyer. I'm getting butterflyer. Flyer. It's as if you already know your butterfly. You've already transformed to butterfly, but you need to take the action to be the of a thing. The implying the action. It's not just being butterflyer, the flyer. You need to be flying more, taking the action more in what's going on. This transformation has already happened. The caterpillars don't suit you as much as they once did. The ones that are supposed to be coming along and be butterflies with you will, but you need to be the flyer. Sometimes you're flying solo. Yeah. Yeah, it's the flying solo thing that's going to be happening for a little while. Then we have the chariot, the momentum going forward, needing to take action, the balanced way of doing it. Let's see what's going on in the year all around. Okay. All right, we're going down now. Okay. So those were the blue deck. We're going into the orange deck. Same deck, second deck. Whoa. That was a little bit of a wind going on there. Let's see what we got here. Okay, November, December. Don't know what's coming in there, but the death card came in there. November, December. This came in strong. I hope you can see. It wouldn't let me pass December here. And so you got 1 card in November, 3 in December already. January, February, March, April, twice, May, June, July, August, September, October. I might need a 3rd deck of this. Good grief. I wish I had a 3rd deck of this. All right. Let's see what's going on. We'll bring this to the side for clarification. Right now in November, the Knight of Swords, some kind of reckless truth and needs to come forward in a forceful way. This guy is considered reckless because sometimes he's carrying that sword and it's like he's ready for battle and he doesn't necessarily need to go into battle. He just needs to hold the sword of truth high so people remember it. This is a truth that must be remembered. The Tower is here. Next year, there's a change. There's something you've built and there's a liberation. This is almost like it's already kicked off in some way in the recent October, yeah? And it will be remembered again. So strange. This is in the future and in the past. This is October, future and past. The lesson will repeat. We need to go a little bit backwards on this. I'm not sure why, but that's what we need to do. Ooh, slippery cards. Let's see what we've got here. The 5 of Wands. There's some kind of conflict that happened in October that you need to pay attention to, and you'll get reminded of it as you move forward. And you're going to have what looks like the exact same kind of conflict next October again, but in a diminutive is what it's feeling like. This Tower feels like it's already happened, but you're going to get a reminder of it. And it's going to be about conflict, competing ideas, and competition. And the Knight of Swords wants to come in November, where you're holding your own truth, your own clarity, your own authenticity, hugely so. What is true to the bone for you needs to be held and held strongly. And you're going to get a reminder that you'll know how far you've come by the time October hits again. You've come a long way, baby. You'll know how far you've come. It will be significant. All right, let's go into December. I'm going to angle this down again. Here we go in December. Now, we have the Death card here, the Death and Transformation. The butterfly moment has already happened. Nostalgia, the Death card, and the Lovers. Let me cover this a little bit. The Lovers. The choice that's here. The choice to be butterfly rather than caterpillar. And then nostalgia. And this is sometimes seeing through rose-colored glasses. So what this is telling me is the way you do relationships has changed because you yourself have transformed. If your partner or ex-partner or person has not yet transformed or done the butterfly or had the higher lesson yet, that's okay. You keep doing what you need to do. You need to be the flyer. If you're flying before other people in your life are flying, you can't help that. You can't just sit there waiting, pacing the branch, pacing the branch, pacing the branch. No, get off the branch and fly. It's time to do that. Make the choice that is for your own freedom, for your own liberation coming through. Now, this is one where there is freedom and liberation because something you've built has been shot to shit. And I told you we had to go back to this October already. This argument, this competition, this competing energy. No, you're done with that. You're absolutely done with that. You're moving forward very freely, the butterfly now. Freely, the butterfly. Regardless of what the Lover's aspect and the soul commitments and contracts, you need to be true to yourself, taking care of that. You can value the lessons when there's equal offering, but you do not need to offer more or be the only one giving in the situation. January comes in with a 5 of Cups. It seems like there is difficulty in letting go of whatever this old relationship is or was. The is or was factor. Was comes through. Was comes through. If you wanted something to be different in how you relate with others, plural, family, friends, lovers, ex-husbands, ex-friends, ex-whatever. If you want it to be different, you have to relate from your own personal space differently first. The was is the was. If you've outgrown a certain version of yourself, you can't go back to it. You might not go back to old friends. They might still have a tender place in your heart, but you're not going to go back and settle for a relationship that is lopsided. You don't have the stomach for it anymore. You're not going to have the ability to put up with fuckwittery anymore. You're not going to be putting up with nonsense anymore. It's like you're done. You can grieve that. You can be over it. You can be over the loss, but you need to move towards the 2 of Cups, the perfect match, perfect partnering, equal partnering. That's the real deal, equal partnering, not just an illusion of the past, not just an illusion of friendship, not just an illusion of equal offerings, but true equals need to be there. Okay, Queen of Cups comes in February. She reflects on the past but dreams a new dream. This is huge for you. This is big. I swear I heard my iPad go off. That threw me, and it said, I don't know what that's about. But dream the new dream. That's important for you. That's wild. Did you guys hear that? Did you hear that say, Don't know what that is. I heard, You thought it said, Mom, I don't know what that is. Time out for a minute. I've heard on sometimes electronics will come through. Like one time at my friend's house, the word paprika came through and my friend and I were cooking. Listen for messages from the other side. It's, sometimes the other side will do that. I have no idea why that did that. You guys all heard that? Wild. Yeah. Okay. This is the most compassionate of the queens, the most psychic of the queens. I heard, you guys heard Mom. I don't know what you heard. So if it says Mom, be listening. Just let the other side come through in whatever way it does. This is the most psychic of the queens, and that happens. But okay, we're just going to roll with it. Dream your dream again. Fly very, very freely. So fly freely. Let yourself be open to whatever is affirming that says, go forward. That's encouragement from mom. Yes, and more. Yes, and more. Yes, and time to fly. Absolutely. Absolutely. Let's see what's going on in March. I love it. That's wild. I'm just tickled pink right now. Wow. Okay. King of Wands comes through. This is where you are the one that is inspiring others. You are the one that is leading. In March, you are strongly leading. It's not even so much that you're the butterfly or in transformation anymore. You've been doing that for a while now. By the time March hits, you're like enjoying the spring breezes, riding the thermals, flying along, doing your thing like, oh yeah, man. Oh yeah, flying. Just really enjoying it. This is the thermals. This is where you are leading and others are following. The butterfly brigade is here. The butterfly brigade is here. I once wrote a story and it involved the butterfly brigade and it had the motorcycle mamas and the butterfly brigade and it was like a kid's book. And the butterfly brigade would come through and they would do all this, think about like synchronized swimmers or athletes when they coordinate a movement, or like when you see the drum lines and the marching band on the football field and they're all super, super coordinated. The butterfly brigade is here. There is more around you in 3D Earth School and in spirit than you know of, and they are coordinating to help push forward, to help you enjoy flight now, to help things open up again in March. This is beautiful, beautiful. You are meant to lead. You're meant to lead strongly. What else? Strength card. Now, what did we see coming through before? This is why you have it in fortitude. Strength came from that other deck, remember? Strength here. Absolutely. Abso-darn-lutely. Beautiful. Look at the whispered lion here. It's that energy of the lion that's coming through. Huge, huge, huge. You are getting more in touch with your fiery nature, your fiery side, your ambitious side, the desire that comes through with the King of Wands, ready to go. Very, very fire and ambition coming in March. Love seeing that. That's over there. This one's right here. This is a beautiful reading. The Knight of Wands is coming through. It's like you are charging forward huge, and this is breakthrough, legacy breakthrough. It's why it's so strongly supported here. You are learning a lesson and mastering a lesson that your ancestors, forebearers for generations, would have liked to have mastered with a little bit more ease. And you are able to do it. You are having breakthrough, generational breakthrough that brings wealth and changes the legacy left behind. There is fortification from the other side for you right now. There is a huge amount of strength from the ancestors, particularly the feminine ancestors. It's going back generations, probably 5 generations is what it feels. Back. They're coming through very strongly. They want you to know you have the strength to get through whatever it is that you're taking on that feels very big, feels ambitious. Sorry, I'm a little bit teary. It feels like you've been carrying the weight of the world for a little bit too long, and things have been huge and difficult and challenging, and you're still going to have some of this challenge going forward, but you are creating a break in the generational pattern that needs to be let go. Whatever this pattern is, whatever is maybe a little destructive, I don't know that toxic's the right word, but a little bit destructive, you're leaving behind. And what you're going forward into, they are fortifying the strength and adding to you right now, bringing you the ability, the capacity to go through to this new thing, to be the brave flyer that you are, to be the ambitious leader that you are, to bring forward more. This is more than just a romance and relationship or family and kids. This is you coming into your own in a huge way. Huge. There is support all around you for this. Even when you feel like you've gotten off course or gotten off track or fucked up or made a mistake. No, they're so pleased and so proud. There's a huge amount of pride of how far you've come. This October thing was very hard. And you're going to get a reminder again. This is what came through in the October. You're going to get a reminder again of how far you've come. But it's not going to be painful to have that reminder. It's like a post-it note memo lesson, but just huge amount of pride, and the success that you've had, the way you've moved forward, so much. They're so pleased with you. They couldn't have done it better themselves, they tell them. They couldn't have done it better themselves, but you did it for and on behalf of. That's gorgeous. Whatever was in their whatever was in their lives that was challenging and hard for them to bear, hard for them to overcome and get through, that was difficult and somewhat traumatic. They're so proud of you for getting through to the other side of this. They knew the breakthrough was coming. They knew you would be the one that would have to do the work. They knew that you would end whatever that cycle was. That was difficult cycle. You would end it and transform and move forward. And they're really, really proud of you. And they know how hard it is, what you've been up against. It's been tough, and know that you are supported and fortified by them. This feels like it goes back a long ways, and the breakthrough generation is you. You leave the new legacy. It's huge. Okay. Back to the read. Sorry about that, guys. I came through really strong. Yeah, Kim, it's something that has been like that has been difficult for them, that has been passed on, that they would not want to pass. The legacy of generational trauma is why sometimes it's legacy built over time, generational, but there's a breakthrough that comes. I love that for you. The Sun card comes next. This is in May. Look how gorgeous this is. The new child reborn and riding with all the sun, all the hope in the world, all the joy, so much happiness coming in. This is in May. You know this. In June, you hold your boundaries strong. You're doing well. This isn't even very difficult for you. Sometimes holding the boundaries is really strong. This is just now they're new. They're new set. It's like when you set something in concrete and it needs a little bit of time to firm up. It feels like this change in how you're doing things and the change in the boundaries is what you're setting. And it needs a little bit of set to be firm, but it's there. The sun is baking the cement and the boundaries are there, firm. 5 of Wands. When this comes in, now we saw this last October. You're going to feel this, but you'll deal with it different. I want to see a clarification on that. How will that be dealt with different? Is this blue? Oh, that's orange. Okay. Clarification. How will that be dealt with differently? Oh, because you've completed it. You've got the devil and you've got the world. This can't hold you. There's nothing about the past that can hold you because you've learned the lesson, you advance. It's completed. The toxic lesson or the toxic old has already been completed and you're advancing. So you might get somebody that wants to reference this, just like in October it was hard. It might be a difficult lesson, a lower vibe kind of lesson. And this is something that you know how to get through. You absolutely know how to get through. So it's going to be tested, like the concrete of the new boundary needs set, and it needs to be hardening right here, right? May, June. It's hardened now. It needs to be tested. Somebody will test, but you'll be firm. It will be set firm. Okay, in August, we get the 3 of Wands. This is waiting for the Santa Fe Burger. It's one of my favorite cards. But it is about patience, which isn't my long suit. But it's something to have patience and understand how much you've grown and have patience with what's coming forward, because you've sent something out there. You've initiated something new, and now it's coming towards you. It's on the horizon. It's something new coming towards you. In August, be patient. In September, the Fool comes. The new start, really, really new. You've gone from the babe with the new start and the blessed energy to the Fool that's taking a leap of faith. This is happening in September for you. October, we did the clarifier on this. You'll revisit this now that you have this new energy that's coming through. What else will you have on that so we can see it clearly? King of Pentacles. This is going to be something that feels more secure, stability. Show me your plan and I'll back your play. You've already created a plan. You're drawing more to you. You're drawing more in. Your ships are coming in. Show me your plan and I'll back your play. You're drawing more security towards you that is of your own creation. And the Tower of October's past has changed to something that brings more security and more stability for you. That's what's happening. That feels very complete. This is why it's a little bit of a hard balance with the Chariot crossing and the challenge down below, how this was. This one right here, it crossed. You've had this double. This is going to be a little bit of a hard balance, but totally doable. You had the Strength doubled also. This is huge for you. This is what's going on. This is the year ahead for you, and it's beautiful. Lean into that feeling of the ancestral divine feminine ancestors and divine feminine aspect of those ancestors, because they are better able to support you and fortify the strength that you need to go through what you need to go through, to shift the changes that you need to change, and to create the new experience for self. And so you can let go of what needs to be let go of. And so you can transmute a bit also. This is what's going forward. It's going to be a little bit of a balance, but this is a spiritual quest you're on, and you're reining in those forces and moving forward. That's beautiful. That's complete. That's what I've got. I love that for you. All right. That's what I've got, guys. Sorry. Wow. Okay. Yeah, that was gorgeous. And this is the Wandering Spirit. You are so welcome, honey. You are so, so welcome. That is beautiful, beautiful energy around and for you. That made you cry. Yeah, made me cry. So much pride comes through on that. So much victory over the challenges that have been thrown down before you. It's just been huge, huge, huge for you. So I love this for you. So that's what I've got. I think that we are probably done. Yeah. Pull the energy back. Thank you for the reminder. Okay, we're here. We're here. We're here. All right. So I think that is probably the whole list. I think we're probably done. Is that what you've got, Kim? So is Kim still in the house? I'm not sure if she is or if she's not. We've gone long today. So I think probably we will call it a day. I think we're done. I'm not seeing anybody else on the list. If you guys ever pay for a read and it's at the end of the show, we'll put it on to the next show, or we'll figure it out. But it's clear as far as you know. I think it's clear as far as I know. Okay, guys. Then I think I'm going to get some lunch. I think this is the perfect time to take a break. And I don't know what the schedule is going to be looking like as far as if I'll be on Wednesday or not. I may or may not, because I'm gonna cook a turkey. Why did we have to get the turkey? Because I need the turkey bones for my bones readings. So yeah, but that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna let you guys go for now, and then I will see you probably on Wednesday 50-50, but we'll see what's happening then. You are so welcome. You are so welcome. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you, guys. All right. Yeah, right. I have it in the fridge. I moved it from the freezer to the fridge, but I'm probably going to have to put it in the water thaw type of thing and start doing that. All right. Big love, big hugs. Mwah. All right, everyone, take care. See you next time. Bye.